Okay, so the Wolves improved to 3-0 in elimination games this postseason. That's already the most wins when facing elimination in a single postseason in franchise history. So you both picked the Wolves in this game. Perk, what did they figure out in this one?
What they figure out is not what they figured out, it's what they got back and what they found. They were lost, and now they found.
Are we in church?
Yeah, we're in church because I'm about to preach the gospel. They got their identity back. That's one. On the defensive side of things, they held the Mavs to 42% shooting.
Yep.
Kyrie was 6 for 18. The coaches did their thing. They made adjustments. Putting Anthony Edwards on Luka Doncic was huge for that adjustment. But then Anthony Edwards, damn it, he did his thing. And he did it on both ends of the floor. Look, his defense, his tenacity was there. I thought he did an excellent job on the boards. He had 10 rebounds last night. He was aggressive. And here's the difference when guarding Luka. Because of the pace, Anthony Edwards could keep up with Luka. He has the upper body strength to absorb the contact. And look at that closeout right there. Look at that closeout, the timing of that possession.
Yeah.
Inside, stopped the drive by Kyrie Irving, closed out, took away the drive from the middle, and forced the turnover with his active hands. That's what you want. And look at the emotions. That's what they had been missing. They found their identity. They got their swagger.
This is the first game in the series where we saw the Timberwolves truly have a balanced attack. And it started with Anthony Edwards. Everyone will talk about the 29 points, but I want to talk about his playmaking. So let's take it to the court really quick as I show you how key and pivotal this was. So watch this. He's backing up because he wants to bait the defense. He had 9 assists in the second half, the most assists in a half in his career. He has great vision. He kicks it out to Jaden McDaniels, who has shot 55% from 3 this series, the best percentage on the T-Wolves. So that's a heady play. Again, he attacks. He's so good. He's so aggressive. He attracts 3. We talk about Karl-Anthony, how important he was. He only had 2 points, but he had 5 screen assists that led to 13 points. So, normally those possessions where you're up in the air and you have no clue where the ball is going, he still had a plan.
Yep.
A lot of coaches would say, don't put yourself in that position. But because he was aggressive, because he had teammates that trusted him and teammates that knocked down shots, you saw a complete playmaking game from Anthony
And just
Edwards.
to add a little bit to that, Anthony Edwards he's been outstanding this entire series in his playmaking ability. That was great. That was great notes, great footage right there by you. And breakdown, Chiney, he's averaging over 8 assists in this series. Like, for a young player growing in this situation, learning how to adjust to a defense, because the defense is focused on Anthony Edwards and stopping them, that is a beautiful thing to see.
And when you're orchestrating the offense on this end and then holding Luka to 5 of 15 shooting against him on the other end, that's the recipe for success. And then when you look at you didn't get at all in the final couple of minutes, because we'd seen them be in that situation before where they've been minus 13 in the last 3 minutes and they're plus 2 last night. All of a sudden they're on the board, but we're still talking about a 3-1 series here, right? So let's look ahead to game 5. Listen to Kyrie Irving. He spoke after the loss as well.
A loss like this, it definitely stings, it definitely hurts. And, like I said to that question, it's a level of disappointment. We would have loved to close out on our home floor. Sorry, fans, didn't happen. We know that we didn't play with the best energy, or, we didn't create enough opportunities for us to get easy baskets enough. And, just got to take the hit on the chin, man.
You told somebody in the hallway you're seeing for game 6. Where does that confidence come from?
What am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say we're going to lose game 5? No, I'm not going to never say that. Michael Parsons, he was rocking the AE1s, and I told him he wears size 14. I'll bring back some nice shoes for game 6. That's what I told him.
I'll say the only game they really beat us was the last game. Like, the rest of them were close, and it was like our mistakes that let us lose.
But does getting over the hump help you guys?
Oh, yeah. We could probably run off 3 more now.
What was that sound, Perk?
Oh, well, what's the sound that goes with this, right? They're the 156th team to trail 3-0. No one has come back. But only 15 of teams have even pushed it to a game 6, and that's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have a chance to do with a win at home, which also feels a little different, that they're going back home with a chance to push to a game 6 as opposed to going into enemy territory. So it's never happened before, never in NBA history. But, Chiney, there's got to be a first for everything.
So you guys know I love the numbers, and sometimes these numbers don't lie, but for some reason I still have hope alive for the T-Wolves because they are going back home. They can extend the series, which they should use to their advantage. And then on top of it, they found something that really worked. I think a key factor in this that the Mavs really missed was Derek Lively.
Yep.
His ability to generate energy. I think they missed those energy boosters over the first 3 quarters because that's what got them to the 4th quarter where Luka and Kyrie could take over.
And it is looking like Derek Lively is trending in a positive direction here for this Game 5. I think they can win Game 5, but complete the mission, Perk?
First of all, they're winning Game 5. It's going to Game 6. And the Dallas Mavericks, look, a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves that's already confident, a guy like Anthony Edwards, who's the leader, who's already got a high level of confidence, you can't give them life. And they got life. Like, they're going into Game 5, and it's going to be a smackdown. It's not going to be a close game. Remember what happened last series against the Denver Nuggets in that Game 5 when Jokic was standing over there in the corner and we said, oh, he got the look in his eyes? Anthony Edwards don't give a damn about that. While they're getting on this plane, I'm telling you, when they got on that plane, the whole thing was we need to regroup. It's going to be fired up. We need to protect our home court advantage. And guess what? It's going to be fired up. I'm hearing Kevin Garnett is going to be in the building. They've been waiting on him. We know the passing of the torch. And Anthony Edwards, that's some more confidence and some more life with the big ticket in the building.
Okay, insider information. So excited about that. The only thing that gives me cause for pause is Luka Doncic. Did you see how he looked after the game? There's no one that loves to suck the life out of an arena more than Luka Doncic, particularly on the road. Have you watched him score when he's on the road? He is trying to make eye contact with whether you're a fan, you're a player, you're a coach, like, ha, 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 I got you. The oxygen he gets is from that hate, that undervalued expectation of teams that have to go on the road and win. That's Luka. So, yes, I think they have stolen momentum, the T-Wolves, but that guy is different, too.
Adjustment by Coach Finch and his coaching staff. I know a lot of people was like, that's not a big adjustment, but it really was for Anthony Edwards. Chasing Kyrie Irving and guarding Luka Doncic is 2 different things because of their style of play, right, and their pace. And I thought what we saw in the 4th quarter was Anthony Edwards still had life. He had energy. He didn't need an oxygen mask. He wasn't bent over. He still looked like he could play another quarter if they had to. I think that was the little thing. But they just found themselves. They got back to who they are. They held them to 100 points, 42% shooting. That's what I saw in that game.
You know what's fun for me in this matchup? When it comes to the Dallas Mavericks, we talk so much about how they have 2 closers. But it's cool that we see the T-Wolves have 2 closers, Kat and Anthony Edwards. Yeah. And their ability to have, I think that's it. Like, if you're able to withstand the storm of the first 3 quarters and play your best brand of basketball in the 4th, where you're having a truly balanced attack, what saved the Wolves was that Ant was taking what the defense gave him.
And let me say this, too. Let me say this. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Let me say this. I didn't like the video clip that I saw circling around social media.
Which one?
For as the Dallas Mavericks. You cannot disrespect the game of basketball. And to say that you're 1 win away, okay, from going to the NBA Finals, this is not a shoot-around atmosphere that I want to be a part of. Not when you, no. Y'all can look at me crazy all you want.
We are a little bit.
No, but listen to me. I done been in a lot of these situations. When you're on the verge of going to the NBA Finals, it's tense in that locker room. It's tense at shoot-around. It's not dancing.
Perk, what year was that?
Huh?
What year was that?
What you mean? The last time I went to the finals was, 2018?
Yeah, okay, so you're saying your last finals, not your championship.
Yeah, no, I've been to 5 of them.
I guess my point is, a lot of people credited Karl-Anthony Towns, his ability to keep things light, that helped him be able to knock down shots.
Yeah.
You know, he's a little different.
It's a fine line between going in loose and then being too tight. You know?
That, to me, is a team being loose, knowing that the circumstances are high, the same way Kat stayed loose, so that he could feel good about his game going into the most important game of his career.
But let me say this. Okay. When you have a lot of guys where it's their first time being here, it's a certain type of tone that you have to set. Because what they thought was that they were going to approach this game and they thought that the Minnesota Timberwolves was going to roll over and play dead. That's not the case.
I don't think they approached that way.
Let me say something. And I know it was back in 2008, but the way we had our locker room, damn it, you couldn't play your music loud. It was quiet as hell in there.
That's why I asked
But it's you talk about focus. You go and talk to all the all-time greats, and the mentality in that locker room is locked in, man. I'm telling you, it's a different type of mentality, and especially when you're trying to go to the NBA Finals.
I wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,